Hello, YouTube. So if I think about God in this video, you're going to like this video. But if I just think during the flesh, in the flesh, you're not going to like this video. So, what was I going to say? I may get to see, for the first time, I may be one of the one of the few people who actually gets to see a mural go up by a gang. One of the most powerful gangs in the world. And I've seen like 40 or no. Oh my God, what was it? 200? I've seen hundreds of documentaries on gangs. Okay? Hundreds. They all have patterns of behavior. This gang is extraordinary. They're exceptional amongst gangs because their behavior, it doesn't, they're amongst a small percentage of gangs that behave in ways that most gangs don't. They're integrated. They can't be dominated by the prison gangs that do dominate other gangs. Uh, uh, their cliques kind of do what they want to do. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say anything else, but I think they might let me actually see a mural get put up. I've never seen a mural. I'm so. Now I'm mostly crying because of God's presence. Oh, now here's what I have to brag about God about. God is a God of twos, right? When Pharaoh had the dream of the fat cows and the starved cows, of the robust corn and of the withered corn, and Joseph had interpreted that dream for Pharaoh. Joseph told Pharaoh, the two dreams are the same. And he said, the dreams were repeated twice so that you would know it is from God. So two is a confirmation of God. A two has just happened with me. And they're both impossible twos. Yeah, they're both impossible twos. Because with the Holy Spirit versus this clique, first off, when I fought them, they should have kicked my ass. But the Holy Spirit was fighting for me, and it wound up being a tie. That's the first one. The second one, to punish them, I said, I'm going to set a goal of making them not being able to put up a smaller mural in the alley. I'm going to set a goal of a month. They were so evil that they just ignored my singing, my praying in tongues. They even ignored me telling them that I hated them while they were doing it. They just did it anyway. Within this two, by the way, there's another two I have to tell you about. So the second two was my goal for that one, I didn't even think would get to a month. For the mural, I didn't think would get to a month. And it got to 2 months, and I thought, well, I guess they've paid enough for sort of beating me up, for trying to beat me up. They hit me a lot of times. Okay, I was beating up the first guy. The second guy punched me, mind you, 1, 2, 3, 4, and something like 5, 6, maybe 7. The guy just was bopping me all over the place. Because the Holy Spirit was inside of me, when he stopped bopping me, I just started kicking, and I didn't realize he had hit me until I was at home, and I started counting like all of the knots. I was like, wait, this guy punched me 7 times, and then I just started trying to kick him. So it turned out to be a tie. Okay, so with this one, it turned out to be a tie too, because I couldn't get to a month on the smaller one, but I got longer. I didn't think I'd get to the month. I'm just telling the truth. I'm telling the truth, and I've been public about everything. I'm telling the truth. I didn't expect to get to a month on the mural. So I exceeded my expectation there. However, I didn't get to my expectation on the small one. I wanted to get to a month, and I think I got to 2 weeks. They had to be punished. They tried to, where are you? Oh yeah, hi God. They tried to beat me up. I'm a 50-year-old gay black man. Okay, I have been a fucking psycho throughout the neighborhood for maybe 6 months prior. In part because I speak fluent Spanish, and as I walk around, I realize people in Spanish are calling me faggot and nigger all the time. So it turned me into a psycho, so I was misbehaving constantly. So when they almost beat me up, I started behaving a little bit better. And then they almost got me and beat me up again, 3 of them. This time they were black. And then I saw the gang tattoo. I was like, oh my God. I thought black people gang up on gay people too. It's not just Latinos. Anyway, they didn't beat me up. Oh, by the way, a Latino came to my rescue, by the way. Can you believe that? A Latino came to my rescue against 3 black men who were going to try to gay bash me. Because they called me the F word and I flipped out. And a Latino came to rescue me. Isn't that sad? Well, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. But to rescue me from my own people, that's sad. The first 2 were Latinos who tried to beat my ass. Why am I talking about all of this? Oh yeah. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, 2 twos. So that's a 2, right? There was 2 ties. Oh, and then with the smaller one where they beat me or whatever, there was actually 3 taggings. There was an original tagging by them, which I witnessed, and they just did it in front of me, and they couldn't have cared less that I was singing Christian music. They just tagged it right in front of me. Then someone dissed their tag, and they kind of tagged over part of it. I didn't catch that one. I was asleep. Then they came to erase over the tag and re-tag the part that was tagged. I caught that, and I tortured them too. They didn't even care. I sang Christian music. I spoke in tongues. And in Spanish, like a psycho, I was saying, but I promised myself I had to do it in a whisper because I can't stop them from doing it. I just didn't want to make it comfortable for them, so I whispered it, but they could hear me. I was saying, and they just kept doing it. They just kept doing it. So they won, and I won. That's a tie. That's another tie. Oh, wait a second. I won both times. No. Those were 2 ties. Because they did what they wanted to do, and I did what I wanted to do. Twice. I kind of feel like I lost because my goal was that they wouldn't do it, and they did it anyway. But then I won because with the mural, we know what I'm talking about. Why shouldn't I be open? Because with the mural, I didn't expect to get to a month. I got to 2 months. How do I know? The police report, a copy of the police report from when they attacked me, the date's on there. I don't know if I should be giving you the date, but basically it's 2 months ago, almost to the day. I thought, well, damn, I've healed from most of the punches, and I injured myself trying to kick them. So I've healed from most of that. I think my ankle's still sore, and that's it. My toe's still sore, but that was because I kicked something else unrelated. That's God's confirmation. It wasn't their fault. But that toe is still sore. That was like 2 months ago. That's why I realized I can't keep fighting with these kids because I don't heal as quickly. That's God's confirmation. They heal quicker because they're like late teens and 20s. They heal quickly. Even if it's a tie, it takes me longer to heal. Okay, honestly, it's because I smoke too much pot. Everything's slower for me. Okay, that's God's confirmation that I smoke too much pot. And so everything's slower, which is why I don't get COVID-19. People who smoke a lot of pot, it slows it all down. So you get it, but it doesn't do anything. They said it kind of sits in your lungs and then it goes away. It doesn't infect your body. It just slows it down. It makes COVID-19 high, basically. They tested this in lab rats. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet. I was trying to brag about God and failed. I'm waiting for a boom to confirm that I failed. I was bragging about God because I heard a boom when I said I was bragging about God. I heard a boom. That could have been a confirmation from God that I was bragging about God and not just myself, and it wasn't just the flesh. I did tell them, as long as there's no violence, I will not record anything, and I'm looking down if they come by. I'm looking down in submission. That means I'm pretending to be humble, and I'm doing a good job. I'm an actor. I'm an unpaid actor. I've worked professionally a little bit. $1,500 days, but just 2 days. Anyway, shut up. But so I'm a good actor. So I'm an actor. So I act very humble. I turn down my head. I grovel. I don't. My camera is below this. See the window? Here's the window ledge, and there's my hand. I'm touching it. It's below there. So these beautiful people. Look at how I'm pointing. I'm not pointing like this. I'm pointing like this. As I say, look. I can't show you because I don't want to record. These beautiful people. There's a car pulling up, and I'm still just down here. I'm not even looking at the car. I'm not seeing where it's parking. I'm not noticing anything. Anyway, what was I gonna say? This is running long. I talk a lot. I can't wait to watch this. So I'm hoping I get to watch the mural. Otherwise, I'm groveling for no fucking reason. Wouldn't that be a bitch? If they decide, let's wait till he falls asleep. Those bastards. Please, God. No, because God's gonna let me watch it. God will wake me up. They'll probably burp or fart, and it'll wake me up. I can't wait to watch this.